Alright, welcome back everyone. You're watching the Rhythmix RSL 3. We are in our final series of the day, being Verdi against LucifroN. LucifroN is up with 2-0, and if he wins this, he will be the 6th Terran qualified out of 6 Terrans for the top 16, which will be very good for them, I guess. Not too much for us purposes, as Verdi will be out. He's gonna have to make something happen in this game to pull some kind of a comeback, and yeah, this game is going to be on ESV Ohana.
In the top left corner, playing from Russia, we have Verdi. And in the bottom right corner, his opponent, the red Terran, we have LucifroN.
You move around very strangely with your camera, man. I was on your vision and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I was excited.
Verdi going for the early scout here, just after his gate, and LucifroN not opting to make any gas or depot at his ramp so far. This looks very much like a gasless expand up to now.
I don't know if you noticed, but LucifroN sent a really early scout with his SCV, so I don't know if he was afraid of maybe a proxy 2 gate and just wanted to not get cheesed out of a game. But yeah, it was I think it was like 10 scout or something. It was like usually it's after the depot, but yeah.
What is LucifroN doing? He's sending more than one SCV. Oh, he's gonna add 2 more Raxes here and use his Marine to deny the scouting, but the probe is coming right back at the ramp. The probe is gonna be able to scout it, and the probe is gonna scout the 2 extra barracks and even get into the main. The second Marine is gonna be able to get rid of this one, and the SCV is coming back. He's gonna cancel. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I was about to call it, but I was saying something else. I missed an opportunity to look smart here. And LucifroN is going to throw it on the command center instead. Verdi does not send a second scout just yet. He throws down the second gate, which is the correct reaction. You would just want to be corner boosting a lot of stalkers against this. Get up to 3 or 4 stalkers as soon as possible, which can basically defect any amount of Marines. He throws down the second gas, and LucifroN is just going to be so far ahead economically here. He started his command center so much earlier before his opponent can start a Nexus. Verdi is going to have 3 gates, and unless he plans on being aggressive with those and making something happen, he's just going to be so far behind in this game, because this is a huge investment to get those gates as early as that. Get 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, and 1 Sentry. So Verdi does get... This is my pylon, man. You see this pylon on the right? I'm the one who always does that. I guess he watches my stream, man. You know, when you make this pylon and then you have the centers, then like a watchtower vision, you cannot get tricked because you see everything. I guess maybe Marines. You think Marines can sneak like where I'm looking right now?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's why they sneaked sometime and killed me. I just learned something. Anyway, this pylon is very good. A lot of attacks will come out of here when your opponent tries to trick you, and you're able to spot those very easily. LucifroN going up to 3 Raxes here. He did remake those 2 Raxes in his main this time. Added a tech lab, and he's gonna go for a steam pack first, not combat shield. He's already added 2 gases. He's gonna be making SCVs and taking 2 medivacs here very shortly. And he sends out an SCV, and look at this pylon. He's gonna spot the SCV, man.
Yeah, very useful indeed. If I'd be Verdi, I'd be so mad right now. Like, you expect aggression, you kind of over-prepare since there wasn't any aggression, and now you're just really behind in economy. It was great mind games by...
It's his fault for not doing a follow-up scout. You should always do a follow-up scout.
Yeah,
you know when I played the Marine King in Iron Squid, on Daybreak, I scouted for proxies. I was on the right-hand side of the map. I scouted bottom right. I scouted proxy barracks with a tech lab. So I started making a lot of gate units. He didn't attack for like 9 minutes, man. He flew it back in his main, and I warped mass stalkers and zealots for nothing, and I had no tech, and then I died to a tank medivac push. So yeah, that's just outsmarting your opponent. Just because you scouted something doesn't mean your opponent is committed to it. In this case, he had made the 2 barracks. It was Verdi's move to figure out that the smart move from LucifroN was to cancel those 2 barracks and not commit to this. He should have sent a probe. He should have gone around this Zanlaga watchtower, around everything, and basically suicide another probe to make sure those barracks are here or not. Because if they are here, He makes unities ahead. If they're not here, he just goes for the Nexus as soon as possible, and he's still in a decent position.
Yeah, I agree. He's not too far down on workers. He's at 38 right now versus 33. Keep in mind the mules count for 4 to 5 workers. Verdi right now going for Blink and as a robo. So in this situation, when a player goes for Blink off to base, well, actually, I was gonna say he might try to snipe some add-ons in the main, since it's a doable strategy in Ohana, but he decides to go for Robo Bay, so I guess he just wants the Blink to repel drops, and he's going to go and get that AoE from the Colossuses.
Well, it didn't go too well for him last game when he got a couple Blink Stalkers followed by Colossus, but somehow he still wants to go for this kind of build. LucifroN, he scanned and he saw the Twilight Council, so he threw down a couple missile turrets immediately as a response. He's going to be killing one of those observers. He's taking 2 medivacs, pretty decent timing here for that as well, about 9 minutes 30. And Verdi, he's gonna go into Colossus behind this. He's been doing a very good job of making probes this game. He's up to 50 against the 40 of his opponents. Thermal Lens has started, Blink is seconds from finishing, and well, Verdi is being a little bit paranoid with this observer. You see the one that is positioned on the left hand side of the map. Like, I mean, no drop will come that fast, or even a Banshee, I guess.
He just wants to be prepared, you know. If you leave an observer there, Terran doesn't always know, and then they're gonna drop. If you leave a pylon or a probe, then they're just gonna snipe it and drop somewhere else or just go away. So he just wants to come back by being able to snipe a drop, basically. That's why he's leaving the stalkers in the main. They can just move and blink quickly.
We have a lot of gates being added. I think this is gonna be a big 3 Colossus timing attack here, but well, LucifroN is not aware of that, so he might be the aggressor prior to this 3 magic number Colossus being reached. I think LucifroN wants to put on some pressure while adding on a 3rd command center here. He has his +1 attack that just finished. He has a lot of Marines. There is 1 Colossus out already for Verdi, and I think LucifroN's going for the big drop. What is he doing? He wants to drop on top of the army or something. Or was that a misclick? Oh, nice Blink here being used on those medivacs. He's going to get at least 2 of them very quickly here. Oh no, he does not target fire, so those units are going to land. But he did kill a full medivac full of units here. And thanks to Blink, he should be able to chase down those medivacs. Maybe no. Oh my god. He messed up the move here. The pylon, man, use it. Use the pylon. Yeah. Use the top pylon. He's not using it.
He didn't indeed mess up the Blink. You know, Blink is a cooldown, so you always want to try to use it as much as you can. But LucifroN lost a lot of bio here. The minivacs are going to take quite a while to get back home. So Verdi has a really good timing window here where he can be aggressive, take down the bunker without much retaliation from the Terran. And yeah, LucifroN is living on the edge right now.
Did you see those Marauders and Marines? That was like a Gumiho move here.
Yeah.
They like ran into the army and shot some. And well, Verdi is in a very good position right now. He's pushing, he's getting a lot of SCVs. He has to not overextend. There is still 3 Vikings, so I think for a second here, I thought that Verdi was going to break LucifroN like right now. But LucifroN, I mean, he's holding his ground. He's getting a bunch of Vikings. He has his 3rd command center, which is transforming into an orbital command right now. And Verdi is very committed to this right now. He has made a lot of Stalkers and a lot of Colossus. He has to do some damage to make those units worth it. I guess he's tech switching behind this. He's getting Zealots. He's going for a charge. He's stalled down 2 Forges. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take a 3rd. But yeah, LucifroN is being very patient right now, and he's defending this really well with very good positioning. He hadn't added extra barracks just yet, so he's going to throw down 2 of those now. Oh, he made a 2nd starport. That's going to be so good for him. But sadly for LucifroN, Verdi has halted Colossus production right now, and he's going to just stay on 2 Colossus, I think, and I will be surprised if he takes into Storm here, which, okay, he throws down the Templar Archive, so Verdi is actually going to be really far ahead if he can reach Storm here. And LucifroN, he might overmake Vikings. He's making a lot of Vikings right now, adding on a 2nd engineering bay as well as an armory. He wants to go for those heavy upgrades. He wants to go for a big macro game. As does Verdi. I mean, Verdi is taking a 3rd base. He's starting to make pylons around it. He has a very good Stalker count already to protect his Colossus, to defend from drops. I'm not a big fan of the Forge placements, but well, he's upgrading at least, as opposed to the previous game.
Yeah, definitely. The when Verdi did the push, it didn't go. It could have gone a lot better if he killed more SCVs. Instead, it kind of went even, and then he realized that he didn't do as much damage, and he didn't want to commit and just lose the game right there. So he started the upgrades again, and now the game is basically even. And they're gonna stabilize and take their bases, and eventually, once they have the tech that they like, they're gonna push. What I like to do personally is try to push with Storm before they have Ghosts. But LucifroN just finished the Ghost Academy, so in a minute from here or in 2 minutes from here, you'll see Ghost on the field. So we'll see if Verdi will try to use that timing.
Yeah, LucifroN is actually ready for this, not taking any risks here. Staying one step ahead of his opponents. A lot of Terrans would have overcommitted to Vikings, neglected those Ghosts, and basically just died to Storm. But LucifroN is not one of those Terrans. He's being very cautious with his play. He knows he has a third base. His macro is very good. He's upgrading 2-2, so all that's missing to his army was those Ghosts, which he's getting now. He already has those 2 starports ready for any kind of Viking production, and well, I really like how LucifroN is playing this right now. He does not particularly have any kind of advantage by any means, but he's just doing really well. He's just doing everything he needs to be doing. Verdi adding on a couple cannons behind the mineral line of his third base. He does not want to be dropped. I mean, Verdi is a bit paranoid about those medevac drops, man. Like
Yeah.
there was like no sneaky drops happening ever, even though he was ready for all of them, and then the one drop that happened was like on top of his army. So
Yeah, Verdi chose to get max really quickly instead of adding a lot of gates. He's not gearing up, or it doesn't look like he's gearing up for fort. I think he just wants to end. He just wants to end LucifroN with a lot of Templars. He didn't remake any Colossuses. And he didn't make a second Robo as well. So he's not. I think he really wants to game the end right here, actually.
and Verdi is maxed right now. He's gonna hit 2-2 in a second here. At about the same time as LucifroN. LucifroN moving in with a couple of units here, getting those Storm. He has his Ghosts in position, ready to EMP or Sniper. I think he's gonna need a couple of very good EMPs in those Templars. He sees that they are very clumped right now, so he sends his Ghost in, ready to snipe or EMP, but one Storm is being thrown down before the Templar is sniped. And well, this is going to be a sick fight. Verdi right now adding on cannons near his army. He has a proxy panel. He's going to be able to reinforce very well. He sees that his army is out of position and might get EMP'd here, which it does. 4 of those Templars have no energy. All of them have no energy. It was a great engage by LucifroN here. He got rid of all those Colossus as soon as possible with those Vikings. He lands everything here. Those Archons are still morphing, and LucifroN is pulling really far ahead here. Thanks to those EMPs, he was able to kill everything really, really quickly here. And I wouldn't be surprised if LucifroN counterattacks here and tries to end the game as soon as possible, just because his army is so big and he's traded so cost effectively here. He should realize that Verdi has no Colossus count behind this. He might have 1 or 2 Templars ready to storm and in position, but LucifroN's army is just so big.
Yeah, LucifroN Ghost Control was really good. He hit those EMPs really well. Unfortunately for Verdi, he got a little bit flustered and he didn't have his army spread. So all those Templars got EMP'd quite easily. And we'll see if he can pull a miracle here. There's a lot of Marines, there's a lot of Ghosts. Those Zealots will die very quickly because of that, because of the Ghosts doing extra damage to the Zealots. So there's 1 Colossus on the field, but there's 3 Vikings repelling it.
And yeah, I was looking at LucifroN's vision here for a second, and well, he's doing very good of keeping those Vikings in range to be able to see the Protoss army coming. Oh, really nice scan being used here. He's gonna snipe a lot of those Templars, TMPing the rest, and this is gonna be game here for LucifroN. Advancing in this group of the RSL onto the top 16. Verdi is going to be eliminated after playing some pretty decent game, but being very unfortunate. Very well played here by LucifroN.
Yeah, I agree. He played really well, and I really like how he ended the game. He didn't rush at all. He scanned a bunch, because the last thing you want to do when you're have an advantage against a Protoss is try to end the game and not scan and not take your time, because you might run into some Templars, get storm, and then the Protoss will have a window to come back. So he really did well how he ended the game. And yeah, I was about to do an outro, but I realized it's our last game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look briefly at what happened today here. Linok topped the group. This is not updated, but Linok did top this group with 2 victories over LucifroN and Verdi, one with 3-0, one with 3-1. LucifroN beat Verdi with 3-1, so he's going to be our second player qualified from this group. And as I mentioned before, 1 Terran qualifying in each of the, well, always a second though. You see this? Strelok second, Braddock second, Gumio second, Tarzan second, Happy. This is not updated, but I think Happy was second in this.
Yeah, and, all the Terrans, man.
And LucifroN is second. So MMA and CAS, if they take second in their group, all the Terrans will have advanced as second in their group. But well, 6 Terrans are in the playoffs right now. 1, 2, 3 Protosses, and then 3 Zergs, I guess. So this is very even.
David Kim. Poor David Kim never gets a break.
Don't tempt the devil, man. Anyway, it's been really nice casting with you, Deshro. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. This was the RSL Rhythmix 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna play a couple commercials on my stream, and the VODs will be up on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/starcraft. So check this out if you want to see the previous playdays. You haven't seen them yet.